But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. The first day. The first day.
Is the earth flat or round? It's flat. It's flat.
So tell me, Neil, is the earth flat?
The earth is flat. The earth is flat.
What are some of the easiest ways that you can prove that the earth is flat? That's a hard thing for me to even start talking about because there are so many proofs that the earth is flat. That's a hard thing for me to even start talking about because there are so many proofs that the earth is flat.
Over 4 hours, the globe predicted that the focal pendulum would deviate 34 degrees. After 4 hours at 1/16 12:16 p.m., if the Earth were actually rotating underneath this pendulum, the globe claimed that it should have deviated 34 degrees anti-clockwise, but no deviation was observed. That the focal...
What's up, man?
Are you a TikToker?
Yeah, I'm on here doing freestyle raps for people. Could I do a freestyle for you?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, dope. I need your help because I'm gonna improvise.
Okay.
Can you give me like a song topic?
Okay, a grizzly bear drinking milk.
A grizzly bear drinking milk.
Yes.
Oh my god, dude, I love it. Oh wow, you got a grizzly bear on your mug right there?
Yeah, it's milk. That's
You drinking milk out of there?
Yes.
Oh wow,
Okay.
so this makes so much sense. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Let's go. Yeah, 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 okay, yeah, come on, yeah, 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 yeah. Any forest, I get busy there. I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear. I said my fur, it be smoother than silk. I'm just out here drinking milk. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear. Hey, yo, my fur, it be smoother than silk. I'm just out here drinking milk. Yeah, I'm a grizzly, it's mad facts. Us bears, we got a bad rap. Yeah, people aren't really aware. When they see us while they hiking, yo, they get scared. They like, no, that's that dude, that grizzly that's really gonna steal our food. Damn, hey, yo, his size is godly. He might even catch us and eat our bodies. Yeah, people think that I'ma eat them raw. People scared of my teeth, scared of my claws. People scared cause my size is giant, and they know in a fight that I'm certain to triumph. But here's the thing, I don't like people. I'm not a bad guy, I'm not evil. Nah, that's not the way I'm built. I ain't gonna eat you, I just want your milk. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear. I said my fur, it be smoother than silk. I'm just out here drinking milk. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. Hey, I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear, yeah. And my fur, it be smoother than silk. Hey, I'm just out here drinking milk. Yeah, real big how I been built. I'm not really a fan of the skim milk. I do invent, loving to drink the 2%. Yeah, and y'all know I don't make people feel the wrath. I want the half and half, yeah. Yo, look in my eyes, they so dreamy. Pour me a glass of milk that's mad creamy. All the milk, you know it shook me. But hey, I think I'll need some cookies. Yeah, that's gonna make sure my mood don't get low. When I got the cookies, I can dip those. Yeah, if I got the milk, it's a miracle. Yeah, I might need a bowl of cereal. Oh shit, man, he even had the prop. Y'all know we drinking non-stop. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. Hey, I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear. Yeah, and my fur would be smoother than silk. Hey, I'm just out here drinking milk. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. Yeah, I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear. Hey, and my fur would be smoother than silk. Come on, I'm just out here drinking milk. Yeah, I'm about to make you aware. If you got milk, better pour a glass for the bears. Yeah, I'm out here getting busy. Pour me a glass of milk for this grizzly. Yeah, I'ma make you aware. Hey, go and pour a glass of milk for the bears. Hey, y'all know the milk got me amped. And if you don't pour me a cup, I'll terrorize your camp. Let's go.
Let's go, babe. Let's go. And we're live. We're live. We're live, alive. Oh.
Where are we going?
We're going to be live. Alive. Oh. Like I just said. Yeah, we're live, guys. As you can tell, but not really, because of the 20-second delay between what I'm saying this very second and when you're hearing it this not very second. Let's not get technical. Anyway, yeah, we'll start off as we usually do. Hello into everyone. Hello, everyone. Who's Paul McPig-Gregor?
No idea.
Not too sure. But good to see you, I think, hopefully. Good to see you. Chilling. Good to see you, bro. Who else? It's Baza. It's Flat. Good to see you guys. Babe, always a pleasure. That's it. There's 13 watching, but there's a few in live at the minute. I'm sure Nathan Oakley's on at this time, isn't he? So I dare say more will come in a bit. I'll start off as normal. I'll play a Jamie and his observation, and then we'll get into the topic. Remember the William Schnoebelen dude? Greg Babe, good to see you. Who the 33rd degree Freemason? Well, he gave his testimony to that almost false channel, which Yep. So he gave his testimony, but he's back for the second part to elaborate on his testimony because he didn't obviously get to tell the whole lot, and he did quite well in that video. It was getting pushed for some reason. I know the guy's story is credible. I know that William Schnoebelen is telling the truth. But what the powers that maybe are doing with the channel or the videos, that's a different thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, so he's in to elaborate more on what he went through. This is more of his satanic vampiric side. We had the Freemason side. We had the side thing. So we're going to hear this now. Hey, Wojo, good to see you.
Hi, Wojo.
About an hour and 5 minutes long, so I dare say it's got to be 2 sittings again.
Did you see what Chillin said?
Hold on a minute, babe. What?
Chillin said he might not be on much. He's got loads of appointments.
Okay, Chillin, not a problem, man. Not a problem. I was just about to say right now. What?
The doctors and the dentist.
Right. Can I speak?
Yeah.
Right, cool. I was waiting to make sure the lag wasn't taking over as both because you were speaking over me. So I take it was because of the lag. So that's why I waited a second and said, can I speak? But it seemed like you had me straight away. So I don't understand why it keeps doing that crap. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, good to see you guys. And like I say, this is the second part to it. I didn't know there was going to be a second part. But yeah, this is him elaborating more about his story. So, like, I already know that he's quite credible. I know there's got to be people come in and say, oh, he's grifting, he's grifting, he's grifting, he's grifting. Like, some people don't give anybody 5 minutes chance, you know. But we've already checked this guy out a little bit. I mean, a lot of people have flats checked out and all that. I've checked him out. And he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. That's my conviction. And I do doubt some of the testimonies that go on this guy's channel, without a doubt. But I just think it's the guy's channel who it is. I think he's a little green when it comes to discernment, you know. Some of the stories perfectly credible and good stories, you know what I mean? Good testimonies where they've come from. Other ones seem like they're the truth but exaggerated, you know, a little like a bit of a testimony where it's their old life was glorified a bit more than their new life in Christ. You know, like, yeah, I was a drug. Instead of being a drug dealer, no, they were a big time smuggler. You know, that type of stuff. So that the stories come from a place of like, yeah, I've been saved and I love Jesus, but I still like to elaborate and like people to see the pride in me. You know what I mean? A little bit. So yeah, obviously you get that as well. And some are just plain false. But this guy, guys, say what you want about him. I think he's perfectly credible, and a lot of other people do as well. But that's not up to me. You know what I mean? It's your own discernment, guys. It's whatever you want to discern. If people think he's grifting, fine. I just won't listen to what they're saying. It's okay. It's all good. You know what I mean? I'm not going to snap or anything like that. But, you know, I think he's perfectly credible because I did say lately that I'm going to stop doing people's testimonies because every time I put somebody's testimony up, somebody will watch it for 5 minutes and say, he's grifting, she's grifting, you know, without giving the person a chance at all. You know, so I did say I was going to stop doing testimonies, except my life testimonies like I did with Charles and stuff like that. People would know. You know, yes, embellish Gematria as well. They do like to embellish a little bit.
Hi, Gematria.
But good to see you, Gematria. So, yeah, I did say I was going to stop doing people's testimonies because all I get from it is like, yeah, grifting, without giving them a chance, you know. But listen, we already did the first part of his story. I didn't know there was a second part. It came, I seen it last night and I was like, yeah, I've got to have to do it because this stream was going to be about prayer. But the next stream I do after this guy's, after we finish this guy's story, will be the prayer one that 4Jacks gave me a link for. And it's, yeah, an interview about a guy talking about does prayer work. So, and he liked it. So I thought we'd do it as a stream. But, so once this one's finished, which will probably take 2 episodes, we don't know, then I'll get on that one. So let's start off with a gym observation as we usually do. You okay, babe?
No, the thing keeps coming up.
What keeps coming up?
You know, do the checks on the blooming.
Oh yeah, that comes just all you do is get rid of them. Yeah, mine's popped up a second ago as well. You just get rid of them, babe. And unless like you do need to get rid of stuff and that. Tomorrow I'll be traveling to Vicky's, guys. So if I do have to do the second part of this, it'll be tonight because I'm on tonight because Flats isn't. Always on a Tuesday I'm on. So tonight I do one movie on a Tuesday, because Tuesday we do a full topic. Because I know that at the weekend when I do movies, we do like a little topic for an hour on YouTube. Then we go over to watch movies. But on a Tuesday, I do a movie. But because I'm on earlier, like 8 p.m. GMT, and I do a full topic. So it's all about the topic, not the movie. The movie is just a thing afterwards we do on Rumble. So on a Tuesday night. So tonight, we'll finish off this, if it's not finished this afternoon, which I doubt it will be. And then we'll do the movie. And we're watching, because I didn't do it on Sunday, I'm going to do the Passion of Christ tonight. And we're doing that on Rumble. So we're doing the Passion of the Christ tonight. But because I'm at Vicky's for the weekend, movies this weekend might not be happening because it's a laptop I'll be on, and I don't know how well the movies work in tandem with StreamYard and everything when it comes to the laptop at Vicky's. So I'll test it out. But I definitely won't be doing as many this weekend because I'll be at Vicky's and we've got to spend time together, obviously. So I won't be doing as many movies this weekend until I get back home, which might be Sunday night. So I might do the weekend movies, might be on Sunday night when I get back home. Through the week, through the day, it'll just be normal streams. What, babe?
Gematria, so they say the Pope died.
So they say. I don't know how true it is. It seems a bit strange of a day to die on, allegedly die on. But weirder things have happened. So I'm just not believing any of it at the minute. I'll wait to give my opinion.
I might do a stream soon on men's mental health.
Why men's?
Because men are less likely to talk about it.
Yeah, but you'll need to have a man like Ryan or something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Does he know about it?
No.
Oh,
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. No.
You haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Ryan for ages.
He was trying to get into Flats last night, but it was only me.
No, I don't know.
Flats and David Beverly. I think everybody's thinking, why can't I get in tonight? It's no, because like when it comes to David Beverly, it's always just me, Flats, Michael, and Dave, because when Dave's there, it's good to let him talk and not be interrupted. And because a lot of people have got a lot to say, because he's got a lot of interesting things. But look, I interrupted a little bit to try and say something to him, because it's interesting. But when Dave comes on, it's usually just a couple of guests, a couple of participants that's on, So Flats wasn't being ignorant or anything. But anyway,
do I really need a man to talk about men's mental health?
What do you mean? No, but I'm just saying I was thinking about Ryan. So no, you don't really need to, but you'd think it'd be good coming from a man's point of view as well.
I don't know.
You need to, babe. Why are you having to go at me?
No, you weirdo.
But yeah, I would think it would be better if you did have a man, obviously. Like Ryan, especially because he's the one that you were talking. You started doing these streams with, so it'd be perfect for him to talk about. Don't you think?
Oh, it's only.
Like if I was doing something like strictly on women's, just to say it was just women's mental health, and I'm doing it my own, you'd think it'd be better if a woman was there to give her respect. I would say, you know what I mean?
Probably.
Well, that's what I meant. I didn't mean anything bad by it, babe.
I think because my cousin topped himself.
I'm not meaning anything bad by it.
No, I know. I think because my cousin topped himself, and you kind of like men don't talk about it like women do.
I know. They don't. So you're right. Do a stream about it, but try and get Ryan to do it. Obviously I'll nip it. I'll come in. I'll come in. But I'm not as good when it comes to the mental health thing as you guys. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Let's do a little video from Jim first. They're quite long, these ones. We've done them. Let's try and get a 5-minute take. The 6-minute one, and then we'll do the topic. Wow.
Chilling, how are you doing?
Say again?
How's Chilling doing after his
there you go.
attack?
Turn it down a bit. Ask him, man.
Chilling, how are you?
If he's asking how you are, chilly, will it?
You're behaving.
Are you beehiving?
I'll tell you. I feel so drained, you know. I had my friend here, and obviously I found out that my cousin had
Yeah.
done that to himself. And I just feel drained, and I find myself like doing random stuff, and then I'll just start thinking about like what he did in that.
Yeah, well,
And
it
it's
didn't
not
help
good.
the guys out there. I'm not helping out. I mean, I did kind of think that might happen.
I know, and I think I'm in the middle of like one of my arthritis flares.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Are you scratching
You hear
something?
that?
Yeah, what are you scratching?
I'm not.
Is that a hat?
Digging the carpet, yeah.
Is that hat digging the carpet? No way, man. I had that coming all the way through the table legs and that. Wow. Wish you like. Hey, he says, I have to beehive. I've been warned by family because they came to. I'm like, well, true. That's true. And that's fair play, though. Fair play to them, though, Godgy. Because if they came for your like, then exactly, that's self-explanatory. They came for your like, so they're doing it for your own good. You know what I mean? What you guys did it?
Nothing.
It was.
Oh, if anyone hears about me banning somebody last night, too right I did.
All right.
Use the P word.
Yeah, you don't have to justify. If someone asks you, then you tell them. You don't have to justify it beforehand.
You can be my best mate, but you want to be racist in chat, I'll ban you.
Well, there you go, but you don't have to justify it. If someone comes and asks you why, then fine, you can tell them if you want. Don't have to justify it beforehand, babe.
I think I've made pretty clear where I stand on racism in the past.
Yep, I know.
And especially to put that when my kid is half Asian,
I
someone
know.
on the panel is mixed.
That's why I timed them out for a full day. And then you ban them. So, well, I thought you did.
The other one's lucky I didn't ban him.
Well, I know. Why I just timed him out for a full day as well. Only because I know if it was someone else, he would have been gone. We're good.
Vicky, do you like the bands Sting and Bee Gees? I'm not really a fan of the Bee Gees. Sting, I don't mind. Sting's all right.
The Bee Gees, funny.
But the
I like Bee Gees because
really
when you sing them, when you hear them, it's like a nostalgic feeling. It's like something I am.
Cheesy.
Are you talking at the same time as me again?
The dog growl.
I'm really talking exactly. We were just talking. Right, doesn't matter. What are you saying, babe?
I'm not. That's the dog crying.
No, but you were talking over the top of me when I was saying something.
Oh, sorry. Bee Gees are cheesy.
What? Yeah, I was talking about the Bee Gees. I'm saying it's like a nostalgic thing when you hear them. I don't like them as such, but it's a nostalgia thing. It's like remind you in disco. You know what I mean?
They're mainly dead now, though, aren't they?
Well, probably.
I think there's only one left.
Is that?
Yeah, the twins died. I think their other brother died.
I didn't even know there was twins in that.
Two of them were in the Bee Gees.
Well, I didn't know there were twins.
How could you not know they were twins? They looked identical.
I didn't know they were twins because I don't watch the Bee Gees. I just remember their music.
What's the P word? So the P word is a racist term as you would call somebody from Pakistan.
Yeah, it's somebody over here, and they're from over here. So if I spell it out like just P-A-K-I.
No, I've just said it.
I know, but I don't want it to be said. It's
just
remember, it's still YouTube.
I said the racist term people use for Pakistanis.
But Giamatti might not know what that term is because it's not the same term. It might not be that in America. It doesn't mean the same thing. Probably, I don't know. But that's why I'm spelling it out in tandem with what you said. So if you think of like the country Pakistan, they shorten it to PAKI and use that as a slang term, as a slang terminology to be racist, you know? No,
Shut
not
up.
not poop pusher, no.
It's not the Pope either, chilling.
It's not the Pope either, no. Yeah.
No, but then somebody else.
If you've ever played GTA 4, one of the guys' name is actually that in it.
But then somebody else commented about curry breath. Like,
yeah, I know.
how pathetic is that?
I know, but you don't have to let people know. You don't have to justify everything, babe.
I know, I'm just saying. I think it's disgusting.
I know it's disgusting. You know that? Well, why they're not here?
Good.
I've lost subs as well, so it's probably why.
I wouldn't want racist subs anyway.
Like, but I was on 604 or 605. So they go up and down, guys. I don't know what's going on, but they go up and down.
Chilling's not racist. He hates every cunt.
That's right, aye. Band for life should be your new motto.
Aye. Chilling, they deserve it though.
There's no need for it. There's no need for what they're saying at all.
They just said that, chilling. Chilling said, I'm not racist. I hate everyone. I just said that, chilling.
Yeah, 3 times 6, dude. No, I mean, thank you very much, Jimmy boy. Thank you very much. Right, so we'll just go on with the topic now. The topic at hand, because it's going to take a while anyway, and we're already half an hour-ish in.
I was typing it as you said it.
What?
Chilling said I was typing it as you said it.
What?
He's not racist. He hates every
Oh,
cunt.
all right, I know. No doubt, no doubt. Could imagine. John says 603, so it's 3 times 6 equals lol, PJ. 603. So he's saying 3 times 6 is 36. No, 18, sorry. I'm thinking 6 times 6, what an idiot.
I don't think that's what you mean.
3 times 6 is 18, what an asshole. I just said 36 thing. I was thinking 6 times 6.
I think he means 3 6s.
Yeah. Got you, bro. Got you. Oh, Jim's over at Cheswick's. He's probably still there. He's probably still chilling there. That's all right.
Chilling's here.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Chilling. But, well, you know, they'll all be over there. You'll have Chilling Deluxe. You'll have Jim over there. You've probably got Graham as well. But, you know, listen, there's some people that come to my channel and they don't even believe in God. And I do flat earth stuff, but it's mainly scriptural. But so I'm fine with them being here, but why don't they just don't? When they're in flats, they say things like, "Oh, you don't have faith" and stuff like that. When faith is a big part of Christianity, it's a big part. You have to have faith, you know. And it's just like, "Oh, well, don't have faith, don't believe anything, just know." You know, like, come on, we're not meant to know everything, but it's just one of them. Anyway, let's carry on. I'm not whinging. Let's do it. Let's get the topic up. Right, so the second part, it's William Schnoebelen. It's his second part to his testimony, which I didn't know was coming out. I think they just probably decided to do one because he did well in his first video with it. So, but it goes in, it's just him elaborating. So it's like a part 2 we didn't know about, but it's him elaborating on his things he went through, or things that he was whilst not being a Christian, before he came to Christ in his whole life. So this part is allegedly, well, what it starts off in his thumbnail and that, as well as like the satanic vampire side of it. So let's give it a look. And like I say, it'll probably take 2 parts.
Demetrio wants to play poker.
What?
Demetrio wants to play poker.
All right, okay. How?
I've never played poker.
Yeah, I'm not a card game person. I can't play like blackjack and that. I have done, but it's not something I
I'm
like.
I'm not into gambling. I think it comes.
Yeah.
I think because my granddad used to make us stand outside the bookies. It put me off.
I get you, babe.
Graphic discussions that are not suitable for a young audience. Some of the topics may be triggering to some. Listener discretion is advised.
This goes back to,
I would agree with what you just said there, actually. I haven't watched it, but going by the last video and things I described, then if you are easily triggered, then I suppose it would be advised to take care. You know? All good, babe?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure? You sound pissed off at me or something.
No, I'm just checking where my rugs are.
Are you pissed off at me?
No.
I beat you with a chicken.
I'll knock you out.
the dawn of time, the idea of the vampire. I was given a fork in the road, and because of things I had heard from friends that were into this stuff, I decided to go with the vampire.
Hey, that's cool. If you guys want to play poker and chat, and you do what you like, and you might have people play with you, go for it. I'm cool, just chatting away here. Because obviously I can't really play, I can't be in there, but you just go for it. Go for it. Absolutely.
I watched Chesney play poker once.
Really?
Yeah, on a live.
Oh, you mean actually, right? Oh, it's different. Yeah, go for it.
Somebody reported him.
Oh yeah, of course, that's right. I remember you saying someone reported him for actually playing poker on screen. So he got his channel taken down for promoting gambling, wasn't it?
Yeah,
even though you get sponsors that promote gambling, you know what I mean? Mad.
Yeah.
You okay?
Huh?
You okay or what? You're just sounding really weird with me.
I'm just tired.
Are you sure?
Yeah, baby.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah.
All right. To go with the vampire route. Okay.
Some of these women are more than willing to have me bite them in the neck and drink their blood. I
hope it doesn't get demonstrated, because I remember that happened when a little trickle of blood from someone's neck was on one of my streams one night. It got taken down. It was unbelievable. Couldn't believe it. One little tiny trickle. It was nothing. You know? So I dare say that it won't be on here. It's just, it'll be described. You won't see it. I'm insane. My mates can't read me. Shit.
told that if I kept doing this,
Babe.
What?
If you got something to say, you can just shout or stop the video yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. You sure you're okay, baby? You sound really quiet.
Yeah, no, do you know, I'm just knackered.
All right. Are you sure, though?
Yeah.
All right.
At some point, I would discorporate. I would die and live forever as a vampire. This entity came to me, who I now believe is
not bad. I never seen that picture, and the thumbnail I've done in the front, it's I had to put in a description of some sort. It's done not too bad with that one there. Kind of looks a little similar to that one.
I thought it was you.
Thank you very much.
Because you're a vampire.
No, I mimic a vampire. I don't mimic a vampire's lifestyle. I mimic how they don't sleep. That's it.
Paul Joe.
Or they're out at night time rather than daytime. That's more like what I'm mimicking.
Paul Joe the vampire.
This fella's tale is so crazy. It can't be BS. Well, exactly, Jono, exactly. But it's not. I mean, it's been checked up. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean to say it's true just because it's been checked up. But a lot of people found it very credible. It's just all the normals just coming in. Like, I've had it before. Like, it doesn't matter whose testimony I put up. You'll get a few people. It's like, yeah, that's definitely true. But you'll get a few people that come in as well. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what testimony it is. It doesn't matter if we know for a fact it's true. You'll still get people coming in, nah, and watching for 2 to 5 minutes and say, nah, grifting. Nah, grifting. She's grifting. He's grifting. No, it's just the feeling I've got in my stomach. You know, well, I wouldn't trust your stomach. Gut feelings are wrong sometimes. Like if you go to, like I gave the example to Vicky earlier on. Like someone may be starting a fight with you outdoors, and your instinct is, your gut feeling is to run away. Run away sometimes. Some people's just to fight back, whatever. But just say you're on the main road, you know what I mean? And someone's starting a fight, and you decide because of your gut feeling that you want to run away. You could run away right into traffic, then die. You know? So sometimes your gut feeling can't be trusted. I'm just saying that. It's more conviction I go with, not gut feelings. Not gut feelings.
What you just said about
something that has to be prayed about, something that has to be, you know what I mean? You can't just that's it. Definitely grifting.
Babe.
You know? Yes.
You just said about running into traffic.
So? What about it? I didn't say anything. Oh, sorry, babe. I didn't even think about. So why did you? I'm not trying to say it. I wasn't saying it because of that, babe. I gave you that example earlier on today. I said the same thing. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean it like that, babe. Don't know
No,
about it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
That's okay.
See what I mean? Don't trust your guts.
Fallen angelic being. And then at one point in the night, he came to me and
Hello and welcome back to the Almost False podcast, where I interview regular people with incredible stories. This episode is part 2 of Bill Schnoebelen's testimony. In part 1, we talked about his involvement in the highest levels of Freemasonry. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you go watch it first. It'll help you to follow along with this one. Today, we talked about the more supernatural parts of his story, mainly his experience with vampirism, but also other events that happened in his life which defy a lot of what we believe to be true about the world. I can't lie, it sounds quite fantastical at first, but just give him a chance and listen.
Of course it will sound fantastical, because people haven't lived that. Not everybody's lived something like that. And they'll think, oh, only this could be in a movie. Only things like this are done in movies, you know? Some people's lives are different from ours. Some people have led a really boring life. Some people have led a really, really activity-packed life, you know? I mean, some people don't. Some people led a spiritual life, some people haven't, you know? There's so many things that other people go through that you don't, you just can't put other people's lives down to being the exact same as yours. You know, or that can't be true because I've never experienced anything like that, you know.
Babe, I'm gonna go make coffee.
Okay, baby, I love you.
Love you.
Right, let's carry on.
Into a story before painting any kind of judgment. If there's one thing that I learned doing this podcast, it's that the world is a lot weirder than we think.
The world is a lot weirder than we actually think. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I know, Jim Hatcher, like, who wears the necklace over the shirt? I know.
With that being said, let's jump into what Bill and I didn't talk about last time, starting with this time.
But it's not about his bloody necklace over his shirt. But I get what you're saying. I think he's trying to show people, look, I wear a cross. I am a Christian. Not that means anything. You know, I've stopped wearing crosses. I used to like them, but I've stopped wearing them. Because, you know, it's an engraved image still.
As an old Catholic priest.
Yeah, I'd always carried with me from the time I was probably 4 or 5 years old. I wanted to be a.
That's his name there, is William Schnoebelen. Dr. William Schnoebelen.
Priest. And so I went to this college, this Loris College. At that time, it was a minor seminary.
And just in case people think this is the same videos they've done before, it's not. Just in case you're coming in at this point and said, oh, we've already done this one. No, we've already done the first part where he's talking about the Freemasonry side and stuff like that. This is like, this is a second part where he's more elaborating on the things he's going through, like the nightmarish things he's gone through. And I see nightmare in Jono's comment there, and it just popped at me, and that's why I said nightmare. Thanks, Jono. It fitted right at that point. Nightmares are standard, anyhow. Yes, exactly. Like, where do you get nightmares from? If really bad, weird things couldn't happen, why do you dream about them? You know, there's got to be something to that. There's got to be.
Then I got into the occult for reasons that I kind of mentioned in the last time we spoke. And so I thought, well, I don't think I really want to be a priest. I want to be a priest of witchcraft. And so I went through that, and
He's already been through the witchcraft side of things, you know what I mean? So, and he did mention about the vampiric side, but he didn't go into depth. So I dare say that's what he's going to do today. But I honestly thought the full story was finished. I didn't think he did. He completed his testimony, but obviously the guy wanted him back to do, because he did get good views on this one. I mean, he got 3 to 4 million on this one. Whereas before, his normal view count with other people's ranges from like 10,000 to 100,000, say. But this one he got good views on. And the video was pushed a lot for some reason by YouTube, you know. But it doesn't make the guy's story like any less credible. It just means that it's being pushed for a reason. Maybe to do with Freemasonry and stuff. I don't know.
You know, if you will, ordained a priest in the Wiccan thing, the Alexandrian rite of Wicca, became a high priest. But I still had this thing in me, because I had this, and you got to realize I was a medium. Now they call it trance channeler. And
clairvoyant. Oh, well, no, it wouldn't be clairvoyant. I was just being able to tell people the future, stuff like that. There's so many different types of blooming fortune type teller things. It's weird. It's hard to blooming understand what to call them. You know, they're all the same to me. They're deceivers. The deceivers. Some actually think they've got the gift, but it's not. That's demonic. You know, some are just deceiving with hot and cold readings, things like that. Complete deceit. So that's them shilling, you know, that type of thing. There is ones, like say, that think they're doing it for good. They're just deceived. But there's more of the, I think there's more of the scammers.
And one of the things I was taught was how to go into a trance, how to have, you know, spirits, whether they were spirits of the departed or whether they were like, quote unquote, ascended masters.
So you can't remember your dreams at all anymore, Chilling. Chilling said, he said, oh, my keeps going up. You said, John, I never had remembered dreams carry on last week. And John, I only started remembering dreams since that carry on. Like, oh, okay. Really weird, but never remembered any for 20 years before that. Ooh, isn't that mad? And there he is. Here's the Ines. How you doing, bro? Played a video of yours at the start, man. Was looking for you. Couldn't see you though. Couldn't see you. Nah. We knew you were. We knew where you were. You were over Chezzies. We were all grooving with the Chezzy. Bless you, Jim. Good to see you, bro. But yeah, I absolutely. I set with certain dreams. Like there was a period I don't remember all my dreams anyway. I wake up and a dream might have. I know it's had an impact on me because I remember bits of it. And I try and remember it all, and you can't. And you try and remember the context, you can't. You remember bits and pieces, snippets, and eventually it goes away. And some dreams I know I've dreamt, and I just can't remember what they are at all. But the ones I do remember, I mean, there's still ones I remember from the past now, but I still don't remember the whole lot of them and the full context. I remember feelings, certain kind of maybe words that was said, you know, emotions, maybe a bit of that. A little bit of scenery, maybe somebody's face or something, which would have looked different anyway. But I don't remember, like, everything becomes vague after I wake up. Yeah, everything. And the ones that stick with me leave a feeling, a feeling of something, rather like the residue of the motions of the dream. You know, it kind of leaves that with me, the ones that stick with me. But I don't necessarily remember things, people's faces, stuff like that, you know. It's mad. It's hard to explain. Anyway, you okay, baby? Babe, still making the coffee.
Yeah, no, I've just got back.
Okay, baby, you okay?
Hi, Jim. Hey.
Jimmy's in the who's. Jimmy's in the who's. Anyway, let's carry on.
And take over my body. Speak.
Will you sort this? I'm just gonna heat this up a bit, babe. Actually, I'm just gonna make a new one. Will you look after? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you stuck
Good
with
luck
these?
chilling. Hopefully they don't take a week to answer the phone.
Oh, you got to. Well, back in a while, got a phone. All right, chilling. See you in a minute. See you in a little bit.
And I was what was called a voice medium, which meant I would have other entities speak through me.
Channeling.
And along the way, I had my main spirit guide was called Ambrosius. And he was supposedly a 15th century monk who had died in.
It's a good job Pope Anus isn't the Pope that died. And it was Francis. Is it Francis? Something like that.
Now was this great ascended master, whatever. And he told me I needed to, in order to really understand magic and the occult, I needed to go back and study for the priesthood in the Catholic Church. But of course, at that time I was married, and you can't be a priest in the Roman Catholic Church if you're married. Well, along comes this guy who was a old Roman Catholic priest, and he told me about the old Roman Catholic Church. And so the old Catholic Church fellow that I met, who was an old Catholic priest, he arranged for me to get ordained to the diaconate and to the priesthood, and then ultimately become a bishop within this old Catholic Church. So that's how that happened. And so there was this thing that I was being taught, partially by human magicians and partially by spirit guides, that by blending the Catholic priesthood with the witchcraft priesthood with the Freemasonic priesthood, that I could get higher levels of occult power.
There you go. All the religion cults together, whapping them all together and getting some other kind of demonic power. You know what I mean? It's all there. Pope Freckle.
Pope Anus didn't die though, just the Pope from
Popinus. The Popinus didn't die.
No, because John calls Anus the Pope.
Oh, I know that.
But he's not that Pope.
I know.
He's the Pope of Flat Earth.
Aye. And just before I went in to get me a coffee, I heard him say something about it was spirit voices were speaking through him. He was speaking, so that's just channeling. That's channeling, and people actually do believe they're channeling a dead spirit of the relative or friend or whatever. But it's not. It's demonic. It's a demon.
Jim said if you could smell my feet right now, you'd think I was dead.
Oh, dude, why do we need to know that? Now I can smell cheesy feet in my nostrils, dude. Dude, you've MK Ultra'd me. Unbelievable. Look, you laughing. You're laughing at me.
You're all weirdos.
What I think actually is important to mention, you already mentioned it, but to clarify is that yes, you were a priest.
My friend, for some reason, likes the magic trick where I disappear. No doubt.
But you weren't like a typical Catholic priest. It's like an offshoot of that, which is why you were able to be a priest and be married, and probably to an extent why also you were able to be a priest and be a Satanist at the same time, because it seems to be more accepted there.
Mad.
But
I mean, it doesn't make a difference. I mean, you're a priest, you're a Satanist anyway. But you might not think you are, but you kind of are supporting Lucifer. But there you go. He was actually knowingly a priest and knowingly Satanist at the same time. Isn't that mental? How do you reconcile that in your head?
You know what Wojo said about his friend for some reason likes magic trick where I disappear? Do you know funny that? Because the other night when I was talking to my friend from back home, she was saying that my niece had gone missing and it was all over Facebook and that. And when I went missing for years and none of them looked for me.
You know about your family? Hi. You just
to be fair, I wouldn't want them to look for me, if I'm being honest.
No, you wouldn't. I need to get a haircut. Maybe I'm going to get my haircut before I come to yours tomorrow, babe.
Aye.
So, tomorrow afternoon, guys. I mean, I'm on tonight again because Flat's not on. But tomorrow afternoon, I may not be on because I'm traveling to Vicky's. So by the time I get to Vicky's, it might be close to getting Flats. Flats is time to be on the Wednesday night. So I might not be on tomorrow, but I'm on twice today. You know what I mean? Because like I say, Flats is off tonight. Just because I'm traveling, so I probably won't be on tomorrow afternoon, guys. But I'll definitely be on henceforth after that. Up until Sunday, and I'll be back here Sunday and do a film here Sunday night.
I want to talk about something that happened with you, because a lot of things that happened with your life are extremely weird, and we're going to start to get into them. So while you were...
He knows it, because he knows from an outside perspective it's going to sound weird as heck. But to him, it was normality. Normality. Not now, but it was.
A priest, you were doing some weird things with the Eucharist, and maybe the transubstantiation.
The Eucharist, I mean, communion. Can you imagine being a priest doing communion whilst being a Satanist and vampire? What are you going to be doing with that wine? Is it going to be real, not wine, and actually real blood?
Look, I seen a nun drinking it at my nan's funeral, and you would think she had a drink problem.
They have.
No, like she made sure every drop was out of that chalice.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this one could be real blood. I'm not talking about this one could be wine.
I know, babe, but she was literally making sure every drop was out of it. I was like crying out loud.
They have got a drink problem. They can't get enough.
Obviously.
That's the problem. That's the problem. They can't get enough.
Ridiculous.
Was a little bit too literal for you. So can you explain what happened there?
So we had a chapel in our home.
No, John.
I had an altar.
No, John, I'm sorry, bro. Nah. If you think that Jesus Freak is declared, go check his website. Go check his website. It's an old website, old photos. There's lots and lots of proof that he was worked for NASA. Dude, if you don't believe Dave, I'm sorry. You are deceived there, man. Dave, one of the most believable guys I will ever come across. He's the most honest guy. I know him when I haven't seen him personally in real life, but behind the scenes, we've got a closer relationship than just on Flats. But nah, dude, no. Why would they? It's compartmentalization. He didn't have anything to do with like the building of rockets and all that. It was just pieces and stuff. I mean, go look at his stuff. He's not, dude. He's not a bullshitter. He is not a bullshitter. I promise you that. Check it, dude. Check him out. Go to his website. Check other things out. Read his book, man. I mean, come on. Honestly, dude, he's one. I would trust him. Like, hold on. I would trust him. Who can I think that I trust a lot? I mean, I'm not going to say Flats because they're on par with each other. I trust him as much as I trust Flats. And when it comes to the spiritual side, even more so. You know what I mean? Hey, Luke, how you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Hi, Luke. Matthew.
Yeah, there you go, Baz. That's what he did. I couldn't remember exactly what he did, but that's what he did.
Hi,
He's
Jeff.
not bullshit. Jono, he's not bullshitting. He's not bullshitting, bro.
No.
But that's up to you. If you want to believe that, that's fine, dude. That's fine.
Many have tried to show evidence that it's not, and they can't.
Even like misinformation agent who I did a video against because of it. Luca tried to do it last night, and Luca was saying, "Oh, just because he worked at NASA, he's using his NASA to support his flat Earth claims." When he was on last night, he wasn't even doing that. That was nothing to do with what he was doing. He wasn't trying to prove flat Earth last night. We didn't even talk about flat Earth last night. So I don't know what Luca was playing at, but there you go. Hey, Luke, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. What?
Jeff.
I'm Jeff Conco. Good to see you, Jeff. Blessings, man.
Would do the Mass. And, Catholics believe that when the words of institution are spoken, that this piece of bread becomes the body of Christ, and the wine in the chalice.
So what he was doing, like he is a Satanist and a priest and whatever, it was becoming, the Eucharist was becoming literally the body of Christ and literally the blood of Christ. So it made him cannibalistic. He seems a bit fast and shifty. I'm pretty sure. He's not. He's not. He's like, he said it before he even come in. He said, I don't know if you heard it. No, it was probably just before. He's nervous. Every time he comes on someone else's stream, he's very nervous for some reason. He's very, very nervous. So you might have noticed that in him. He's definitely nervous all the time. And it was like, he says it every time he comes, he says, I'm always nervous. Because he doesn't go live too often all the time for Miz, but when he comes to present on someone else's channel, he's got a responsibility. You know what I mean? So he is very nervous when he does it. He said it before the show started. You know, he was very nervous.
See what
he was like,
said.
you do it all the time, bro. I don't know why you're nervous, but I sometimes get nervous. But dude, I trust him. I trust him a lot.
So I know you've been told by Jim.
There you go. 50 Hail Marys for you. No, transubstantiation.
Becomes the blood of Christ. Well, anyway, so I did what I'd done dozens, if not hundreds of masses. And then I look in the chalice and it doesn't look like wine. And it didn't look like wine to the point that I actually...
That's what it's called then, Luke. Transubstantiation is when the bread gets turned into the actual body and the wine gets turned into the actual blood. I absolutely buy that. 100%, man. 100%. Jesus Freak is good people. He's on the level. Absolutely, bro. 100%.
I've got his audio book.
We've got his audio book on Vicky's Amazon. I've got his book on my computer. I've got it on my computer. Not the actual physical paper book, but I've got the pages on my computer that I can flip through. You know? But so absolutely Baza, and yeah, that's what the Catholics call it. So it's transubstantiation, which means, guys, in case you didn't know, thanks Luke for that, because I didn't know what it meant, so I checked it up, and it's actually what we're talking about here, where it says there they turn the actual bread in the Eucharist, turn the bread into the actual body of Christ, and the wine is the actual blood, making them cannibalistic, I would say. Yeah, got you, Luke. Got you, man. Nice one, dude.
As I picked it up, because at one point the priest, drinks out of the chalice, and I actually spilled a little bit of it onto what's called the corporal, which is this white linen cloth that's designed for that very reason. It's laid over the altar that if some piece of the sacramental elements falls,
there you go.
It lands on.
Exactly what I just said, Luke. There you go. Literal flesh and blood of Jesus, cannibals in their view. There you go. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I enjoy watching him. Just me in spy mode on every nowadays battle. I get it as well. I mean, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. But I think a lot of us are way too like, let's pounce on that straight away. Yes, look into it. But a lot of people, like, because of what we've been through or we've been lied to so much in the past, we come from a point of they're definitely lying, and then trying to work it out rather than saying, well, I don't know if they're lying or I don't know if they're telling the truth. Let's find out. But now we usually come from a point of let's go on the idea that they're definitely lying fast.
No, but I don't trust many people, and I don't.
I know
like
that.
Even people that were on before me, sometimes I doubt people, and I think you do.
It's healthy to a certain extent, but some people take it way too far. Way too far. You've noticed that.
Fine.
Agreed, Pete. I'm a big RV fan. I like RV as well, man. I like RV.
Jim said how I hold up so far, Jono. Jim, you're the dodgiest one out of all of us. You're the dodgiest one. With a name like Anus, he was the dodgiest one out of all of us, Jim.
Three gadgets for down under here, man.
Right.
Way down under. Well, actually, Luke's not there.
I come from a land down under.
He's kind of on the side of the ball now. Anyway, let's go
on this white linen cloth. So there was this little tiny stain that looked like blood. And it happened that I had a friend who was a biochemist. And I took this to him and I said, could you have this analyzed to see what it was? And he said, okay, it looks like blood, but, and I didn't tell him where I got it. And so he went and ran it through whatever, stuff they use. And he said, well, it's human blood. But
Jim's been big his face like Nike lately.
I'll tell you. Gonna watch them, Jono.
So they've mixed human blood in with it, man.
No, but did you see what Jim said? He said, yes, I succeeded.
I just put it up on the screen and read it.
No.
Babe, I literally read it when you were laughing at it. I said Jim's been faking his face like Mikey lately. I read it out.
No, I'm on about where Jim said, yes, I succeeded.
Oh, yeah, no, I did that earlier. Yeah, I did that earlier.
I think we're all a bit dodgy, if I'm being honest.
Known type. I go, wow, that's kind of amazing. And so for years, I actually kept that. I snipped it out of the linen cloth and put it in a little receptacle and kept it. After I got saved, it just got thrown out. But anyway, I mean, it was like, okay, this is telling me that what I'm doing is right. Because the devil will give you lying signs and wonders, as it says, and I, by that time, believe me, I was not the elect, but I was still very deceived.
I like that. Jim might be a dodgy anus, but I'm a horrible canite.
You're not rough and nuts.
I like it.
So I think that's what you're referring to. That's really the only kind of thing that happened to me personally. But, other things happened, the whole thing with the church in Eddystone, Pennsylvania. I don't know if you want to get into that or not, or if that's too far off topic.
Well, I think we have so much ground to cover that we probably should move on. But this is weird at the very least. Because Catholics believe that the let's just talk about the wine for now, right? That the wine becomes, and some Protestants believe that as well, that it becomes the blood of Christ. But
they do. Some of them actually do think that when you drink it, actually becomes the actual body and the actual blood, which is cannibalistic, which is silly because in the faith it's meant to be to symbolize, in remembrance. You're not actually meant to be eating Christ. You're not actually meant to be drinking his actual blood. It's do this in remembrance, not eat my body and drink my blood. Literally.
I'm probably going to get things mixed up, but it doesn't literally become blood, but it's it has the appearance. It's still wine, but in essence, it becomes the blood of Christ. It's a little bit confusing. If you're confused, it's normal, but it's not literal blood. It's still wine. Whatever you did.
Read it, babe. Pause it and read it. Babe.
What?
Pause it and read it if you put some up.
He said, chilling, I wouldn't say so. You lack warmth and depth.
There you go. Well, you do that, babe. When you do that, just stop the video and bloody read it. Rather than just leaving it there and just waiting for me to bloody read it. You read it.
Transformed it into blood, which is extremely weird and creepy. Did you do any ritual for that to happen?
It was just an ordinary Mass of the Holy Spirit, and all that means is there's within. I don't know if they still do this in the Catholic Church now, but back then, because this is the 1970s.
Well, it's good.
That's
good that he doesn't know if they still do that. That's really good because that means he hasn't stepped back into it, which is brilliant. You know what I mean, babe? You know what I mean, babe?
Yeah.
Anything to say?
No, baby.
Okay.
What are called collects that are inserted into the first part of the liturgy that pertain to specific saints or to the Holy Spirit or whatever. That's all the difference it was. It was perfectly kosher from the standpoint of, Roman Catholic sacramentology.
Okay, so if you're watching and you think that's weird, then strap your seatbelt because we're going to get into other stuff. It was my understanding that around these years is when you sold your soul to Satan. And we're not going to go over that again because we already talked about the ritual and how that happened. And
He's already said that in the first video. This, just getting into elaborating on some of the details that weren't elaborated on before, I suppose, we had to skim.
in part 1. But there's...
Hey, Roger, how you doing, man? Links there.
Roger.
Links there if you want to come in, dude.
You know, chilling talking about canons reminds me that has anyone heard recently that in the UK it was taken to the Court of Human Rights or whatever about women's rights and what makes a woman and that? Have you seen it? Have you heard it?
No.
So now to be a woman, you must have been born a woman. And they're all kicking off about it. They've been ruining statues and everything because they don't like the fact that unless you're born a woman, you're not a woman.
Right. You're born female, you're a female. Simple.
Exactly. If you're born a man, you're a man. Yeah.
It's not hard. It's simple, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right.
Something we didn't talk about, which is probably one of the most fascinating things of your life, is what happened a few days after to a place that you refer to as the Cathedral of Pain. Can you explain the whole experience of
Cathedral of Pain? Wow, it doesn't sound too nice, does it?
Of what happened in as much detail as you can.
Yeah, well, it was somewhat after I did the thing where I signed my name in the devil's book and all of that, but I couldn't tell you how long. It was at least a month or two.
Signed your name in the devil's book, and I bet you probably had to sign it in with a quill and dipped in blood or something. Wouldn't surprise me.
But I went home to visit my parents, who lived in a small farm town like 90 miles from Milwaukee.
Wow.
And I was in my bedroom asleep, and all of a sudden, it's like I felt like I was taken out of my body. And you can say, oh, well, this is just a weird dream. Well, maybe, but I don't think so.
Even if it was a weird dream, God can talk to you through dreams. God can talk to you any way he wants. So people who have these experiences, it depends on what experience they have. Because some just come out with stupid stuff like, yeah, me and Jesus went on this, we went on the Nemesis, man. Jesus was screaming, he couldn't handle it. He was like, whoa, on the fairground ride, he just couldn't handle it. You know,
I going
through Jesus and everything, but no, I handled it. Jesus, we got off the fairground ride, and Jesus laughed, and I laughed, and all that kind of rubbish.
All right.
You know? That's
I just found it. So the legal definition of a woman in the UK.
Can you share it?
It's on my phone.
Oh.
It's based on biological sex.
There you go. Simple as. Good to see you, Heron. Good to see you.
And what happened was I was taken out right through the ceiling of my bedroom and out into space. And I was traveling through space.
It was traveling through space, so that shows that it was definitely the devil doing it. It was definitely the devil. Well, it might have been the devil doing it. He might say it was God doing it. I don't know, but if it's through space, I think it'd be the devil doing it.
Maybe he was on acid.
Well, it could have been. I mean, he was into a lot of stuff at that point, you know.
Space at a very high degree of speed, and I came upon, in the distance, I could see, you know, the rings of Saturn.
I noticed that, babe. I know. I was going to say something, but
and I landed, or was placed, on one of the moons of Saturn, where you could look at the planet.
Hi, Dylan.
Saturn, the eye of Satan as well. They call Saturn the eye of Satan. It's the one with the rings around it, makes it look like an eyeball. I know RV says the eye of Satan is Polaris, the North Star, something like that. But I mean, in people's perceptions, Saturn, you know, it looks like an eye type thing. You know, it's definitely Satan that stuck him there. Well, it made him think he's going there, you know. Dylan, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. There's a Jimmy Star man waiting in the sky.
Saturn, which is enormous.
Well, it would
filled the sky. And I was standing there in my PJs.
No, you
and
were
this guy
standing with me. I was not part of your story whatsoever, dude. Don't be telling this crap now. I was not part of your story. Tell the truth now.
He was wearing, yeah.
You've done well up till now telling the truth. Now you're telling them you're with me. You were not with me. No, I'm joking. No, he's done good. He's done well. He's brilliant. What, babe?
I said he was wearing you.
He was wearing me. Fair play, fair play. I'm not that easy to wear.
comes up to me in a white robe, kind of an elderly, distinguished looking gentleman. And he says, "Come with me." And I turn, and there's this structure that looks so unworldly. It was like made out of black obsidian, like a giant black jewel with weird shapes, and kind of like almost like something you'd see out of the movie Alien.
Mm.
Oh, this was, I think, before that movie came out. Just unearthly, creepy shapes. And we
Like say links at the top, guys, if anybody wants to come in.
go into this place, and he said,
And when you're doing your next day live, Erin, you ain't done a live for a little while, have you?
She needs to notify me before she does it, because I always miss them.
I know, yeah. I should be doing next time you do a live, notify Vicky so she knows to be there. Because I don't always look at YouTube. I don't have YouTube on 24/7 to get notifications. You know what I mean? Even if it's on the TV, I don't get notifications there. You know what I mean? What, babe?
I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb because I is
not wanting to be disturbed.
Yeah.
Obviously. Weird.
says, "Welcome to the Cathedral of Pain."
Wow.
And I think,
welcome to the Cathedral of the Pain.
Hi, Dean.
Hey, Dean HD. Ahoy there. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man.
to myself, this is one weird dream and I want to wake up. Anyway, I look around and there's no light in this room. There's just like these huge glass walls on either side. And it's big. I mean, it's like a cathedral, like you might see in a large city. And behind these walls, there's this unearthly greenish light, kind of like an aquarium. And in these walls are floating hundreds of naked dead bodies. Men and women, children, floating there. Like they're preserved in...
I mean, I don't know who he's going to say this vision or dream was from. I don't know if he said God, but I would say if he does say God, I would say no, it's probably from Satan. But I don't know. I know. We'll see what
the nakedness for me is a no-no.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? I'd hate to
not the dead so much, just the nakedness.
I know, because you're morbid, man. You're one morose son of a bitch.
No, but I am.
I know you're morose. You are. Morbid.
People keep dying.
Formaldehyde.
Yeah, people are dying to get in them graves, aren't they, baby?
Literally, your cousin dies, and then not long after his funeral, mine goes and does it himself.
I know, and I'm mad. They're not mad. Both our cousins died in like a month of each other.
It probably weren't even that, because obviously the act itself happened weeks before he actually died.
How old was he again?
41.
And my cousin was 59, just turned.
He's been 42 in September.
For 10 years.
My issue with it is, though, like, he's got kids, and obviously the person that was involved in it had no choice in it, and that's not good.
Yeah. Of course it's not good. But you just got to pray for his family.
I know, but I also need to pray for the person who was driving.
That as well.
And it was just terrifying to me. And they led me up. There was this altar that looked like it was made out of girders, iron girders. And they took off my pajamas, put me on this altar, and strapped me in place. And then these guys in white, when I say guys, they might have been women, come out in white, black robes.
Let's pause a bit. Let me say, hey, Brian, good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
If I press pause every time I said hello to somebody, it would never get
Oh, I
anywhere.
do. I say pause every time I say hello.
And they're all chanting blasphemous things alternating between French and Latin and English about hail Satan and all this kind of stuff. And it's like they're raising up a level of power.
Yeah, a crescendo of like noise, interpreted into some kind of power. Like, I don't know, vibrational, turns into kinetic. I don't know, some kind of power. Energy, some sort. I don't know. Don't know how it works, but there's something to that.
Like in witchcraft, which is this is a whole different kind of thing, but they talked about raising a cone of power. Well, they were doing some sort of invocation.
Excuse me, guys.
And all of a sudden, at the back of the cathedral, quote unquote, there was this throne. And on the throne, this giant figure appeared. It like scintillated. It kind of like if you were changing the channel on a TV real fast between, at one point it looked like the typical goat of Mendes, the Baphomet thing that now you're seeing with this satanic temple,
Creepy stuff, man. Creepy stuff, definitely. I mean, can you imagine not being used to these type of things and then that happening to you? I mean, he's used to it at that point, so it's not going to be so, I don't know, it won't affect him as much as what it would affect someone just coming into it. That'd be crazy stuff, Nuts. Hey, babe.
Hi, baby.
the goat with female breasts and, the body of a goat and the head of a goat. And then it would turn into this beautiful angelic figure with long blonde hair, androgynous and whatnot. And then it would turn into some kind of a reptilian thing, and it would oscillate back and forth. And the chanting got more and
very demonic,
more intense. And I got more and more terrified. And this thing,
somebody that this kind of thing is normal to is getting terrified. You know what I mean? Tells you something.
Got up off the throne, and it was probably at least 15 feet tall, cloven hooves, and it walked over to this altar where I was strapped on my back, and it had these long talons, and it stuck one of these talons into my forehead.
Ooh.
And the scar is still there.
No way.
And it was like a red hot poker going into my brain.
That's nuts.
And of course, the pineal gland is back there, the so-called third eye and all.
So we're spoken about in it. And it does seem to be kind of that kind of area to go for. But yeah, it's crazy. It's still a scar there as well. Nuts.
All that. And my brain was like filled with red hot steam. It was just excruciating.
The mark, yeah. It could be. But I think the mark's got to be a bit more electronic. But yeah, on his forehead. Nice, Jonah.
Painful. And he says, now you belong to me forever, body, soul, and spirit.
There you go. It sounded like a mark. You gave him a mark. But it's a false mark.
And then with that, he kind of made a gesture like that. And I was flung off the altar, flung through space. And it seemed to me like I was falling to earth in like a fire. And I landed in the backyard of my folks' house. And it was just starting to dawn. And I was laying there, no pajamas. And there was this smoldering thing of grass around me, like that there had been a fire there. And I staggered back into the house. I had the worst headache I ever had in my life. And from that time on, I was profoundly changed for the worse. But, there was this smoldering thing of grass out there, and there was this hole in my forehead, which I found a Band-Aid to put over because it was, it was bleeding. And I realized that
I'd be wanting the red hot poker to seal it back up, man. I'd be scared my brains fell out. But listen, it's got to be scary stuff, man. If you experience this, it's got to be scary. And I believe the mind is credible. I've already been through some stuff with people saying he's not and all that. I've checked a few people, what they think about him, looked more into him. I think he's well credible.
That was the Luciferian initiation, which I had been told about, but I didn't know what it was going to be. And that meant I was worthy, quote unquote, to become.
Some of the details you've been talking about, what they do and all, it can be checked,
Higher level Satanist.
Wait a second. I just want to make some clarifications.
Read hook poker up the jets. What you like, bro? What you like, man? That's funny. See these asshole up.
Because you said you were sleeping in the beginning, right? And then you were taken out of your body. But now when you come back and land in the backyard, is that a dream or is that literally your backyard?
It was my backyard. And I mean, I said it, I felt like I was taken out of my body, but occult power is occult power. And I don't know how if my physical body left my bed and somehow went through the ceiling.
So you just wouldn't know. You don't know if you actually physically went through the ceiling, whether it was spirit taken away, whether it was something. But I would say, I don't know, or whether it was his mind that was spoken to. I don't think there is a way of knowing when it comes to things like that, if you've gone through an experience like that, But it seems as though it was physical, as he had the bloody scar to prove it. So can that be done? It looks like it. I don't know. But then again, if it was physical and it went right through your brain, then that would be kind of like deed. So it's maybe just a lasting scar that was given to him through it. I don't know. Really hard to describe these things, especially when you were not the one experiencing them.
Feeling of the house and then travel through space or what? Yeah, but I do know that when I
definitely didn't travel through space. That's for sure.
What happened in that cathedral, and again, within the occult, okay, there's this idea that if you do something.
Red hot chili pokers. Oh my goodness. Under the anus. Sex, blood, and sugar, magic. No, what was it? Sex. No. Blood, sex, and sugar. No, blood, sugar, sex, magic was one of their albums, wasn't it? Something like that. You could change that into poker somewhere.
Something to somebody's astral body, it may or may not have an effect on their physical body.
That's okay. That's it. I mean, does it? I mean, because if you physically put something through his skull, it would have croaked him. But if you can smack the physical body through the astral, whatever, then can it happen? Yes, I believe it must be able to, metaphysically, somehow. Blood, sugar, sex, magic. That's right. I knew it was something like that. Blood, sugar, sex, magic. I said it wrong. I knew sex and magic went together. Blood. I think I did say that the second time, but nice one, Dylan. It is that. Blood, sugar, sex, magic, and red hot pokers.
And that's called psychosomatic magic.
Psychosomatic.
And there are all sorts of examples of this in psychiatric literature.
And that happens. Like people, like just say some kind of stigma. I wouldn't say like your hands would bleed in your forehead. Your feet would bleed or anything like that. But people maybe have experienced, because of the stress or traumatic or thinking of something or being really kind of spiritually devout, they have experienced some kind of like markings on their feet and their hands and stuff. I'm not saying stigma for everyone, but these things happen psychosomatically, thinking something viscerally, but it's manifest physically somehow. And do I believe that happens? Yes, I do. Because you see it on people when people are stressed, spiritually, like just say Duffy when he did the Antarctica thing, the alleged 24-hour storm, and then he came back and he had that conversation. He looked ill. He looked really ill for a bit, and to me, that was like spiritually, it looked like he was holding a lot of baggage. Like that's a lot of lying to do. That's a lot of bullshit to keep up and try and make people believe it, you know. So it's a burden of some sort, and it's lies. So it manifested physically. It made them look ill, and every one of them round about that time when they came back look a little bit ill. They did. Which it did. Jeremy, they all look bad with it. So yeah, I think spiritual things, metaphysical things can manifest physically. Yeah. Although I have cut down listening to secular music nowadays. Fair play to you, dude. I only listen to secular music when I do movie nights, to be honest. When I do movie nights, I stick on a bit of secular after on the Rumble side. I don't, obviously not on the YouTube side. On the Rumble side, I put a little bit of secular here and there. We've just watched a movie that's secular, so why not? You know what I mean? That's kind of what we do. But tonight's movie is not, well, it's not secular, but it's secular-ish. But it's Passion of the Christ tonight. One movie, one topic, and the topic will be finishing this off because we're not going to get this done. We've got half an hour left, and we're nearly not even halfway through. So this will be finished off tonight, and then we'll do. So it's a full topic on this tonight, probably about 2 hours on YouTube till it's finished, whatever, and then over to Rumble to watch Passion of the Christ, and it'll be earlier this time, guys. Because obviously I'm on at 8 p.m. GMT tonight instead of flats. So yeah, it'll be out there. So by the time I finish, it'll maybe be no longer than 1 a.m. in the morning for me, which is all good. And then I've got to go to Vicky's tomorrow. So I need to be finished early anyway to get sleep. Because like I said, I've decided to do, like, because weekends are movie nights and I usually do 2 movies, whatever night I'm on. But on the Tuesday, I used to do a movie as well, a full topic, and then 2 movies I used to do as well, but it's too much on a Tuesday. Tuesday, I just do a full topic in the YouTube site and then 1 movie from now on. And tonight's is Passion of the Christ. And the reason I'm doing it today is because I didn't really do it on Sunday because I'd already set Sunday's movies, you know, which I should have done.
Can you bring that?
What?
Can you bring your Dougie's order of service with you?
What? The thing that's up in there?
Yeah.
Yes, why?
So I can frame it.
Okay. All right, that'd be cool. Thank you, baby. I will do, baby. Thank you. Right. Get a few more minutes of this done.
So I don't know, because the whole thing was so surreal. And mind you, I was not on drugs.
Buckets
I
of weed
went
will do
home
that.
to be with my folks, so I wasn't going to, smoke pot or anything.
There you go.
And yet this
There you go. No way, you just saying buckets of weed will do that, and he's done none about smoking pot.
weird thing happened.
So-
It was like worse than any acid trip I'd ever done.
There you
And
go.
I don't really know for sure, except I
Suppose
know
you
that the
did
thing
acid
on
earlier.
the lawn was real.
What, babe?
I said earlier he took acid.
Yeah, you could have stopped it and spoke, babe. Stop it when you go to speak, because nobody can hear you over it. Can hear you over it, but then what's the point? You can't hear what's going on there and you. So just stop it, babe.
I told you
Tell
he'd
me
done
when-
acid.
Or tell me to stop it.
He did acid.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, baby.
real, and I know the thing on my forehead was real. I don't know. I mean, I know something happened because it had a profound
that's the thing.
change for the
You can't explain it yourself because it's a hard thing to explain, Hold on. Horrific. What do you mean horrific? Marlon Brand, you're not coming into troll, are you? Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, what he went through is horrific. Definitely, I believe his story. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, I did the first part of it, but yeah, horrific stuff. But welcome. Yeah, we know Tommy. But good to see you, Marlene. I don't think I've ever seen you before. But good to see you. Welcome.
worse.
Let's actually talk about this, the change that happened in you. So in order to kind of transition into that part of your story, I wanted to kind of ask a question about this. I've heard that at the highest levels of witchcraft. Now,
when did you watch it? And Thomas, it only came out last night, yesterday. If you watched did you watch the second part like as soon as it came out? Because it only just came out. Unless you're talking about the first part, because I did that's cool, man. That's cool. That's cool. No, it's just they didn't recognize your name. I ask everybody if they come to troll when they first come in. Don't worry. Tommy's cool. We know Tommy. Tommy's mod here as well. But yeah, are you talking about the first episode, the first one that was out a few weeks ago? Because this one just came out like last night.
Half 4 Jacks.
Where is it? I can't see 4 Jacks.
In Rumble.
Oh, he's in the Rumble side. 4 Jacks, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Always a pleasure, bro. 4 Jacks, I don't know if I've managed to see you before then. That prayer.
Hi, Kim.
That prayer link you gave that prayer link you gave me for in the comment section, I'm going to use that for a stream. I'm going to use that for a stream. So that'll be the next stream after this one's done. I was going to do it today, but when I seen this, because I'd done the first part, I thought, well, I'll do this first and get the prayer one done, because it's a good one. It's a good one. I don't often talk about prayer in my topics. I do loads of scriptural stuff, but I never talk about prayer as a topic on its own, you know. So yeah, we're going to do that one next for Jax. Good to see you, though, bro. Good to see you, man. 7 in Rumble. Good to see you guys in Rumble.
You didn't say hello to Kim.
Just about. You just don't give me a chance, babe. I was in Rumble talking to 4 Jacks, wasn't I? I was in Rumble, so I'm back now, and now I see Kim, and I was just about to say, "Yo, Kim," and you said you did say hello to Kim. Because you didn't give me a chance to.
Just saying.
Hey, Kim, good to see you. Good to see you. Right, I just want to see what looks like Rod Stewart. I look like Rod Stewart. Me? Or someone else? So many to say to... Oh, no. I was going to say not me. Who you're talking... Oh, you're talking about Tommy Rogers. Yeah, he does look like Rod Stewart. On his avatar, he does. He does. Like Rod Stewart. Without a doubt.
Brian's going on a tobacco run.
Who is?
Brian.
Are you on the tobacco run? Nice, Brian. Nice. Anyway, we're seeing if I got an answer back from Marlene. I don't know what to tell me. So I was asking I don't know if you've answered me. Marlene, have you seen this video? Because it's just come out last night. Or are you talking about we were a great carnival? Oh, excellent. Event over here. You posted a couple of it. Okay, that's cool. But I'm saying this video here, did you see this one recently? Because this is a new one. Or are you talking about the first one? Because this is the second part. Just wondering, just in case you're mistaken about which one you're seeing. Yeah, this one is with the Freemason, but there's 2 parts. Look, I'll show you just in case. Hold on, let me just show you quickly.
Anus knows. Vicky is just Super Saiyan.
Hold on a minute. Oh shit. Forget. Right, almost. Right. Come on. Right. Right. Videos. Yes. Right, that's what I was about. Just so I can show you quickly. Here. Marlene. It was almost full star. So look, you probably let's get the shot. Right, so as you can see, there's a few of them with him. These little ones in between are just members only, because that's extra footage. But you've probably seen, this one 4 weeks ago. This one 4 weeks ago, the 1 second from the right, and then this one just came out 19 hours ago, as you can see, 19 hours. But you've probably seen this one, the 4 weeks ago one. And these other ones are just extra footage for members, sort of thing. So, yeah. I'll put the link in for you. Just in case you haven't seen it. Obviously, I'm going through it, and I'll be finishing it off tonight. But if you want to watch it on its own... Oh, yeah, definitely. 4 Jacks. Definitely like that interview, without a doubt. Right. Yeah, guy. Yeah, it is sick stuff. It is, of course. But, you know, he changed his ways. Which is good. There it is. Just in case anybody wants to have a look at it. Right. Back.
Talking about Wicca, we're talking about extremely high levels of witchcraft to the point that it's so dark that it's probably better to not talk about the things that happen there because it's
absolutely dark. I mean, obviously he's got to sort of talk to it a certain extent, you know. But yeah, of course, it is sick stuff. But you know, Tom's ways around came to Christ, which is a good thing.
It's extremely graphic. But anyway, like at these highest,
it's the only thing
levels, you eventually come to a bottleneck, and this is what I've heard from people, and I just want to know if that was your experience as well. You come to a point.
Grab my juice, babe. If you need to stop it.
Where you have to decide between two different paths. I'm not going to go into further detail than that, but is that real? Did you experience that?
Yeah, that happened to me. And I, as you may know, if you watch some of my videos, I was told that there's this 10 stage process of initiation in higher levels of the occult. And I had gotten up to the what's called the 7th level, the Adeptus Major. I believe it. I'm kind of rusty on all this. I have a chart of this in my book, Lucifer Dethroned. But anyway, and at this point, you have to cross the abyss, they call it. Aleister Crowley writes about this at great length. And the idea is if you can cross the abyss, you can be on your way to becoming a god. But in a particular branch of Satanism / ceremonial magic that I was involved in, because there are several, I was given a fork in the road where I could either go the route of being like a vampire or being a lycanthrope, a werewolf. And because of things I had heard from friends that were into this stuff, I decided to go with the vampire route because, for one thing, it just seemed more sexy, quote unquote. There aren't many sexy werewolves out there. So that's what I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but that was my personal experience.
Okay, so a lycanthrope is kind of like a somewhat to like a skinwalker. A lot of people in Mexico or Latin America have these witches that do this kind of thing. So this is what you're talking about. And the other one, you said vampire. What do you mean by vampire? Do you mean just drinking blood? Do you mean the literal tale of what vampires are about?
When I say vampire, I mean Paul Joe.
Like, can you explain a little bit more what you mean by that?
Well, of course, I never got real far into that because, Yeshua, Jesus intervened. But it was like a cult of beings that were living on blood. And
yeah, they'll drink. Obviously, they're not going to. Tommy will definitely enjoy seeing this. Excellent, Marlene. That'll be cool. Tommy's cool. But we'll be doing. Tommy might be about tonight then, because we'll be doing the second part tonight. After this finishes, which is got to be in about 20 minutes ish. So it'll be 4 hours after you finish this. I'll be restarting. Because obviously I'm on instead of Flats tonight. Flats has Tuesday off, so I do the Tuesday his time instead. So yeah, tonight I'll be finishing this off, and then we'll be watching the Passion of Christ on Rumble afterwards. There you go. So yeah, let's carry on.
Paul was a vampire.
Muse is a vampire. No, I just mimic them a little bit.
When I chose that path, this
what?
I said you just don't sleep.
I just don't sleep, man. Not much.
entity came to me who I now believe was a fallen angelic being who had a physical body. Just like you see in the Bible, there are angels that can assume a physical form.
Yeah.
And can, eat and whatnot, like with the three angels with Abraham and Sarah in Genesis.
True
But
that.
this is
Chilling.
Oh.
He didn't want to say that werewolves lick their own nuts.
He was being diplomatic.
You're terrible.
He was being diplomatic. I mean, matic.
of course, evil. And he gave me these things I had to do, herbs, lots and lots and lots of cocaine, and to prepare.
Werewolves and Kakwan. What a mixture, man. What a mixture. Vampires, werewolves, and Kakwan.
Look, he's also done acid and weed.
Well, of course. I mean,
he needs to change his name to Pharmacy.
Yeah. Pharmaceutical satanic Freemason. Yeah. I think he's done quite a lot. He's done quite. I think he was just in it deep. He was in it deep.
Myself.
I mean, you could see it's took its toll. It's took its toll. I mean, he's gone. He's healthy enough looking now, but I bet he's probably, I don't know how old he is there, but he's probably meant to look a little younger,
Well, Wojo said vampires need to take vitamin D supplement because they don't get out in the sun. So that's another thing the bloke needs, vitamin D.
Yeah, exactly. Luke, I've seen The Passion a million times. I know what it's, I know what it's like. It comes from it looks at it with a big Catholic point of view, puts a lot of emphasis on Mary and stuff. Oh yeah, I know to watch it with discernment, but yeah, it's good to let everybody else know to watch it with discernment as well. Because like I said, it comes from Mel Gibson. He was a Catholic, obviously in Hollywood. So, there's a lot of I mean, I've seen people come into Christ through it, and that's good. That's good. But yes, there is a lot of, and it doesn't kind of concentrate on the joy of Christ, even though he's getting crucified. It kind of goes for the sorrow of Christ. It concentrates on the sorrow of Christ. It makes you feel every single lash that he felt. It makes you feel guilty, really guilty. Because it does do that. It does do that. But yeah, I get you, dude. I already knew this anyway. But it's still a good thing to watch and see, because it's still about the truth in it. I mean, and you can see the truth in it, and you can see the propaganda in it as well, the agenda in it. Definitely. And the new one's coming out as well, isn't it? So we'll have to watch that with discernment. But yeah, I get you exactly why you're saying it, Luke. It does come from a Catholic kind of point of view. It is very, very Catholic. There's a lot. It's the sorrow of Christ. There's a lot of concentration on Mary. There's a lot of it.
And then at one point in the night, he came to me and cut open his chest, had me drink some of the blood. I don't know exactly what it was within his chest.
That's right.
And then I had.
That's right. Yeah, there's good in it, like there's good in most Catholics. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. But you're right, dude. Watch it with discernment.
To lay down.
I kind of would have worn that anyway tonight before we watched it. I kind of would have worn that bit. It's good that you said that, dude, because it kind of reminded me to say that, because there might be a few different people like Jono's probably never seen it. Probably Jono's never seen it. Every film I put on, Jono's never seen. He's seen one that I've ever put on. So Jono's probably never seen it. So, like Sir Jono, we can say watch with discernment. Absolutely.
I had made.
Hey, Rory, good to see you. Good to see you.
Literally made a coffin for myself. And I laid in a coffin for 3 days. And when I came out, I was kind of half transformed.
Laid in the coffin for 3 days, man. That would psycho anybody out. You know what I mean? Wow. Nuts, man.
I'd sleep in a coffin.
Babe, don't say things like that. You wouldn't.
Oh, no, I probably would.
It's morbid, babe. That's not Christ-like. Why would you do that?
It's not morbid. It's just use it as a bed, isn't it?
Morbid, babe. Because it's a bit weird. Death. It's morbid. Oh, you seen it not too long ago. Guilty is true. Yes, exactly. It makes you feel guilty. it should make you have a conviction of what Christ did for you. It shouldn't make you feel guilty, you know, but it did. It made me feel guilty. It should definitely give you a conviction of what Christ did for you. But if it makes you feel guilty, that's not from the Lord, you know. He didn't do it so you feel guilty. He did it so we could be saved from our sin, to be reconciled to God, to the Father, by his sacrifice, you know. So yes, we're meant to have a conviction from it, but not to feel guilty, not to condemn yourself. That's from the Lord. Go for it, because I'll be finished in about 15 minutes anyway. But the second part will be tonight, Aurorian, about 4.5 hours away.
Into something other than human. And the only thing I could do was either drink blood or, this is going to sound weird as heck, celebrate a Catholic Mass and drink the blood out of the chalice. And that was how I survived.
Wow.
I didn't eat anything for over a year, except that. And fortunately for me, I had a kind of a net.
Very skinny, man. What was it? Blood and what? Let's go back a little bit.
And the only thing I could do was either drink blood or, this is going to sound weird as heck, celebrate a Catholic Mass and drink the blood out of the chalice.
Wow.
And that was how I survived.
Just that.
I didn't eat anything for over a year, except that. And fortunately for me, I had a kind of a network of girls under me, young women, who were all parts of the, because I'd initiated 175 women into the covens that I was the head of.
Wow, man.
Because initiate.
Sean says, there's a family up my way that slept in coffins, but they didn't buy them in the bed shit.
No, but at least then when they die, you ain't got to buy a coffin.
Well, there you go. You just put them to bed. Get your bed. Hi. No body of Christ, crackers with that blood. Oh, well. Wow. It's crazy stuff, man.
The kind of witchcraft we were doing is always male to female. If you're a high priest, you can only initiate women and vice versa. So some of these women were more than willing to have me bite them in the neck and drink their blood. And there were 4 or 5 of them that would do this, and they, you know, alternate so nobody would get particularly depleted by it. And this is going on for quite a while. And at the time, I couldn't go out in the sunlight. So I got a job working third shift for the Milwaukee Sentinel at that time, one of the 2 newspapers. And my job was to put
the Manson diet. Oh no, sorry, the Mason diet. Oh, for goodness sake. I said Manson then, didn't I? Nice.
It's all a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, Kim, but this guy, I knew somebody would come and say it. This is the second time we've said that it's done. The second part of it, we say it. This I am always wary of this guy's channel. A lot of them are credible, and some of them aren't. This one is definitely credible, and it got a lot of views, and it is being pushed. I definitely think it's being pushed for some reason, but this guy is credible. I've looked a bit more into it. Flat aside a look, I mean, he thinks he's credible. Not that I'm saying just because other people say he's credible, it is. But nobody ever seems to give these people a chance. They come and watch him for 5 minutes and say, oh, this guy's silly. This guy's grifter. But yeah, I get there. I understand. But the reason he's done the second part of it is because he did get good views in the first part. So I understand why he's done the second part.
Did you see what Chillin said? You ever watched the film Dracula Untold? It's a really good take with a different story of Dracula. Do you know, Dracula, part of it was based in Whitby in the Abbey, and I've been there.
Yeah, there you go.
My nana lived
there. If whistleblowers are a thing, I mean, why do we know about these things if there's no such thing as whistleblowers?
Who was that army person?
What, man?
The army person, the American person that was a whistleblower, and then they changed their gender.
There you go. There you go. Bad, isn't it? Right, let's get
newspapers
another
and
5 minutes
boxes,
of
you know,
this,
those
and I'll play
metal
every song.
boxes that they have on the street corners in the middle of the night. And so I'd be doing that by night, and then in the daytime I'd be resting. We had light-proof drapes, and I'd stay indoors and, you know, never get near the sun. But gradually it got worse, like any addiction. And I tell people I've got 2 books. Lucifer Dethroned discusses this, and also a more recent book that I wrote 10 years ago or so called Romancing Death, about the whole vampire. I mean, now vampires, there was this crest, you know, of interest in that with the Interview with a Vampire, and then with the Twilight stuff. And, you know, it's kind of faded a bit, but thankfully. But anyway, it's like you need more and more blood.
I knew someone would be in. No, he's grifting. He's grifting. It's always the same. What you can't have. Listen, people. There's such a thing as being protected by God. God does protect some people, you know. There are such things as whistleblowers, or else we'd never know about these things. Wow, it's always the same. That's why I said this. That's why I said what I said at the start, guys. Said what I said at the start, but obviously certain people weren't here at the start. But if you go back to the start, you'll see what I said at the start. I was going to stop doing people's testimonies on here because people come in and not give them 5 minutes. They don't give them 5 minutes, and it's, oh, he's grifting, she's grifted, she's full of crap. Oh, she wouldn't say that. She didn't talk about prayer. No, I'm like, wow. People don't remember bloody everything when they tell the testimonies. I don't, you know. So I said earlier I was going to stop doing testimonies until I seen this, and I thought, well, I've done the first part, so I'm going to do the second part. I mean, I don't mind doing testimonies like I did with Charles's, where he's telling his testimony live. But when it comes to me doing testimonies from YouTube and stuff like that, I always get the same crap in the chat. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's carry on.
You need more. And I was really having bloodlust.
There you go, Luke. And that's personal testimony right there. I met an ex-Mason. He became born-again Christian. He was protected by the armor of God. There you go. We know what controlled opposition is. It's not always controlled opposition. It's not always fake. It's not always a con. It's not always a grift. A lot of the time it is. Yes, not always.
Point that I'd be driving around in the middle of the night doing this thing with my newspapers, and if I'd see like a hooker out there or like a homeless person wandering around or something or other, it literally took everything I had to not jump on them and just, you know, kill them. So at that point is when the Almighty intervened with the lady writing the check, and I
praise the Almighty. But like Gadgy. Praise the Almighty. Oh, you like the vampire thing, the egg still there.
told that story last time. So he pulled me away from the brink. Praise God.
I thought you were going to say font. Oh, that's the wrong one. I don't know. Look on Amazon. Yeah.
I'm just doing the ropes.
Your neck. Brilliant, man. Bra. I don't know. Probably on Amazon. He'll give you. If you go to look, I've got this guy's link. Almost false in my description. Almost false. The guy's channel who he's on. If you go to the video, in there will be links for him. So I'll give you the link. Yeah, I'll just give you the almost false. It's in the description. I'll give you the link for this video so you can have a look maybe. But I'm sure he'll plug it. I'm sure he'll plug it at some point. Right, is it that one? 19 hours ago. Yeah.
I'm just putting my new rugs in the hall.
And it's not a new book anyway. It's an old book that he plugged last time. People were going on about, oh, he's just trying to plug his new book. It was an old book. It was an old book he was plugging. Yeah. Anyway, back. Say again, baby. Say again. Babe. Oh, okay. She must have been doing something. Hold on, let my jack.
What?
You said something. What?
I'm just putting my new rugs in the hall. Hi,
Okay.
Jill Star.
Right. You didn't say what? I didn't say you said anything, Kim. I didn't say you said anything at all. I'm talking in general. I didn't say you said it, did I? Did I say your name, Kim? Did I? No. I said in general. So don't accuse me of saying something that I accused you of doing when I was saying in general. I said people in chat. I say things in general. If I was saying you, I would say you. Yes, the Bible does say test everything. It doesn't say be paranoid about absolutely everything.
But yeah, that was it was terrifying.
Yes, test everything means giving it more than a 5 minutes look. You know what I mean? That's what test everything doesn't mean check a video for 5 minutes. Like I said, I'm after this one, guys. After I finish this one tonight, I'm not doing testimonies anymore at all, except people who want to do their testimony, like live testimony, as in like I did with Charles a few weeks ago. But when it comes to testimonies on YouTube, I'm not doing them anymore. This is definitely the last one.
You know, people think, oh,
I mean, it'll be finished tonight. I mean, obviously, I've got to finish this story off. But after this guy, I'm not doing any more of anybody's testimonies at all.
Romantic to be a vampire. Well, no, it isn't. And I never was a full-blown vampire, because what I was told is that when I went through this initiation, and that at some point I would just die and become a full-fledged vampire and undead.
Again, Kim, I didn't say you said always or said anything. I didn't even mention your name. I'm saying in general. Don't accuse me of saying something I haven't done.
Nosferatu is the Romanian word.
I didn't say your name,
and
Kim.
Ironically enough, they just came out with that movie.
Hey, Dr. Bass, good to see you, bro.
A few months ago called Nosferatu, which is based on an not ancient, but a silent film from the 1920s of the same name. So the vampire thing's still out there. I mean, and it's real. And now, like we document in the Romancing Death book, there are nights.
Oh, no, I get you, Aaron, but I'm not doing it anymore because I look in chat and it really upsets me because a lot of people, I'm not saying you, Kim, personally, I'm saying a lot of people give someone 5 minutes and that's it. They've already made their minds up. And they say they're going on the gut feeling. Gut feelings don't always work. I gave an example earlier on, which I'm not going to do again because it kind of actually really happened. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do that again, but you know the one.
Babe.
Oh, no, I've finished, Luke. I said it earlier on to Vicky, didn't I? I said I'm finished with doing testimonies. I'm sick of what the chat are like when it comes to the testimonies. I really am. It kind of upsets me a little bit, you know, when I see that everybody, like, not giving someone a chance first and it's just straight in with it. I'm right, okay, I won't stop doing them all the time. I'm going to put, like, I'll give it a space between them. You know what I mean? I just don't like it. I just don't like the way that it just makes me think, well, why ain't they giving them a chance? Just because they've got a gut feeling. You know, give them a chance first. Work it out later. You know what I mean? Not just him. There's other people as well, you know? It's just like, give people a chance, man. You know what I mean? If they're lying and if they're full of it, it will come out. It will come out. But straight away nowadays, we're in for the kill. It's like, whoa! It's crazy.
I'll put my new rugs down.
Well, yes, I know it means they're triggered, but it also makes me triggered, Dylan. And I don't like being triggered. It makes me want to grieve. And I don't like crying in front of people.
Don't cry, because I will.
Well, it doesn't matter, babe. I just don't understand why people won't give people a chance. It's horrid. Anyway, let's carry on.
Don't cry.
In big cities where you can go and drink each other's blood. Just like, there are gay bars.
I want to show people's testimonies. I want to show people's testimonies because It's powerful for Christ. For Christ's purpose, it's powerful. It says, overcoming with the blood of the Lamb and the power of their testimony. You know what I mean? Testimonies are powerful if they are true, obviously. But it seems that we don't give people a chance nowadays. It's just straight in for the kill. It's like we come from a point of view of like, just assume they're lying first, and then we'll work out if they're telling the truth. Not neutral, like I don't know if they're telling the truth, I don't know if they're lying, and then work from there. We come from a point of view of they're lying, and then I might see if they're telling the truth. You know what I mean? They have to redeem themselves before they've done something. You know, it's and then people say you're biased when they're working from a biased point of view like that. Do private shows. I can't do private shows.
Hi, Dr. Bass.
I can't.
Before Jack said I dig testimonies as well, but I understand your point.
Yeah, but that's
and
the thing.
Said,
yeah, listen. I love testimonies. I want to show them, but I just don't want to be seen every time. I mean, I should be able to look at chat. I understand people having doubts. That's great, but I usually see people having doubts with the first 5-10 minutes of the video. You know, they've never seen this before. And then the first 5-10 minutes of video is like, yeah, he's a grifter. You know, he's trying to plug his book. You know, that's all he's worried in. It's money. You know, it's just like, I do want to do testimonies. I love them, obviously. But if I see that in chat, that really upsets me more than a personal attack at me. This upsets me more than a personal attack. I'd rather people attack me rather than not give someone else a chance. You know, that's me anyway. But I'd love to
said, Vicky, did you buy them from a rug dealer? The rugs. No.
Anyway, let's go. I'm finished. I've got that right. We're just under halfway. I've got another. Oh wow, it's 27 minutes in. Let me just do another 3 minutes of it.
Bars, they're vampire bars, where people will go and, you know, swap blood with one another. And it's regarded as kinky, and it often is a prelude to some sort of perverted sex. And it's becoming huge. And of course,
and that's the thing. I'm going by how I feel. Like, I don't want to do, I'm saying that I do want to do testimonies, obviously. But because of the way I feel at the minute, I think it's not worth it. But I should be doing what my chat wants me to do, what my viewers want me to do. And if you want me to do testimonies, I will. Absolutely. I want to do testimonies. I just want people to give them a chance. You know what I mean?
Then that's all. You also want to, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, but give someone a chance first before you can, you know.
Maybe they've already watched him in the earlier one.
Some people have come in and said, no, I'm just saying, some people come in and like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, it just looks like he's grifting. I don't know him, but he's grifting. You know, come on, babe, you've seen it. I'm not talking about anybody that's in chat right now. I'm just saying you've seen that kind of thing happening, haven't you?
Yeah, but I think we all get like that with some people. Like, there's many people I've not trusted over the last year and a half.
You don't come out and start calling them shells and grifting straight away, babe. Do you?
No.
Well, I do want to do this bit.
Look, as Soft says, opinions are like arseholes. We've all got one and they all stink.
Well, exactly. They do. But
I wouldn't be upset because they're not giving him
a chance. I get upset, babe. I can't help it.
The reason that the Bible tells us, and you know, both in the Torah and in the Old Testament, and also in the book of Acts, you know, Acts chapter 15, don't drink blood. Because
don't drink blood. It's not good.
Sacred. You know, the blood is the life. That's actually quoted in the book Dracula by Bram Stoker. That's from Leviticus. And God says it's sacred because the human soul dwells within the blood. You know, in Greek, the word, not Greek, but in Hebrew, the word there, it indicates that, you know, it's your nefesh, your soul. that's flowing through your veins and your blood, and so you don't drink blood. Now that doesn't mean if necessary you don't need a blood transfusion. That's different. And we're not like the Jehovah Witnesses, but it's a curse. And I'm so thankful to Yeshua that he pulled me out of all that.
Amen.
And his power is so much greater. And I didn't understand that at the time because I had this.
Yeah, I will carry on with them. But, you know, I did say earlier on, baby, I wouldn't do it again, didn't I, after this one?
Aye.
But because people want to see them, I will. I'll just have to pray about certain things.
Image of this
Pray that the
wimpy,
dog stops whinging.
Jesus that wore a dress and hung around with sheep, and that was it. I didn't, even though I was raised as a Catholic, I didn't really have any kind of deep understanding of that stuff. So anyway, I mean, I don't know if you need me to say more about that, but it was pretty bad.
Well, let's say I have a lot of questions, so I'll try to get to all of.
I get you, Aaron, but my shortcomings is where it makes me upset. That does. This type of thing upsets me, I don't know why. I feel more for other people than I do myself, to be honest. But yeah. I get you. I understand. Oh, did I? I was on 604 or 605. I've lost 2, Dr. Bass. What are you on? I thought you were way above me, dude. You've been about a good bit longer than I have. Well, channel-wise, you've been putting content up a lot more than me. All right, yeah, you're on 592. Guys, if there's any of you who's not sub to Dr. Bass, sub to them, please. I'm going to put his link in.
Sub to Dr. Bass.
If you're not sub to him, I dare say you guys already are. But if you're not, can you give him a sub, please, gadgies? So you can get him to 600, same as me.
There you go. Kim just said it. All good with me. I've seen his whole testimony.
So why did you ask me then? Why did you ask me where you can get them?
She obviously just looked for it.
592, Dr. Bass, I seen.
Subscribe to Dr. Bass.
I'm all good with you as well, Kim. Absolutely. I get you've got an opinion to it, but
we've all got opinions.
Well, we've all got opinions. Of course we have. I've got to stop letting other people's opinions bug me so much because it's not for me. It bugs me. If it's an opinion against me, it won't bother me so much. It's just I feel for other people. I don't know if I'm empathetic or what. I don't know. I'm just pathetic.
Dr. Bass said I'm a weirdo. Sub to my weirdo channel.
There you go.
No, Dr. Bass, when Dr. Bass plays music live sometimes, it's really good.
Yeah. Well, I remember one of the ones I played on here. Luke and Ryan was all holding their ear. No, stop! I'm like, dude, he's in the chat, and you are like, stop!
I know I love Dr. Bass.
Even Dr. Bass says that one wasn't mixed very right, very good, very well. But yeah, it was all good. He plays how he feels, man, and I think that's cool. I
love it. I love Dr. Bass playing music.
It's artistic, bro, man. But there it is, guys. If you just want to sub, give him a sub. Get him up to 600, man. Get him to the same as me. Watch me go down now. Watch me go down to under 600.
You all want to hear me sing. That's literally
he said, look,
on your ears.
He said that was a lousy video. I remember. It was a bit noisy, bro. It's all good, man.
Him if I can. One thing that is resonating with me is I interviewed a gentleman, Pastor Dave Bryan. I think it was over a year ago, and in his story, he mentioned meeting a little girl who was addicted to blood. And from the people that I heard that
not
drink
a little
blood,
girl, but I've heard of people being addicted to taste of blood. Like you've got that metallic, irony taste to it, which you have, a coppery taste. You definitely have. Everybody's tasted their own blood. You know what I mean? Whether it's been a bloody nose or whether you cut your finger and sucked it, you've tasted your own blood and you get that irony kind of metallic taste, coppery taste to it, don't you?
Just
People
stick a 2p in your mouth.
All right. People get addicted to that, though.
It's just weird.
Mad, isn't it? Right. Let's get this to the 30, half an hour mark, and then we'll do the rest tonight.
Be extremely addictive, like very, very addictive. One of the most addictive substances from the people that I've heard. And so that's something that also you seem to echo.
What's adrenochrome mean? Marlene Brown, what's adrenochrome? What's that?
Thing about it's I need to go back to the beginning of what you talked about with being a vampire. You said you became something a little bit different than a human.
Adrenochrome is a chemical compound produced in the oxidization of adrenaline, epinephrine. Okay, it was the subject of limited research. Right, got you. I got you. Yeah, synthesized by the gather down now. Thanks, Marlene. Bless you. Thank you very much.
What do you mean? How is that possible? Do you have an explanation? Because this sounds a little bit weird.
Yeah, well, you see, first of all,
that wouldn't surprise me if it was chilling, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if it is that person. Right, where are we? Right, 3 seconds.
You can't underestimate
1, 2, 3.
the power.
Is that on? Oh, one more second.
Power of the demonic.
Right, there we go. 30 minutes on the dot. Right, guys, I'll be doing this in 4 hours' time, finishing this off in 4 hours' time, and then it'll take about 2 hours, maybe a bit more longer in YouTube, and then we'll go over to Rumble to watch The Passion of the Christ, because they couldn't do it Sunday. But it's one movie tonight, guys. Start at 8 p.m. GMT. 8 p.m. GMT. That's 4 hours from now. Excuse me, my voice is going to hoarse. So when I finish here, I will sort out the stream for tonight. It's just going to be part 2, and it'll have the Passion of Christ they cover in there. So I have to take a sip of that. Even Daniel Osborne thinks he's weird. He does. You must be a little bit behind, Aaron. I don't know. But yeah, 30 minutes on the dot. Let's do the rest of this tonight. Like the backgrounds from the other day. Ooh, shit. Wrong one. Meant to do that one. Yeah, we got the background from the other day. Right. Okay. Let's do Harry Mark to finish off with. But we'll finish that off tonight. That'll be in 4 hours' time. Let's do a Harry Mark. You okay, babe?
Yeah, baby.
You sure?
Yes.
Right, let's do it. Mary Hack.
I'm a freestyle rapper. Could I do a freestyle for you guys real quick?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Can I get like 3 random words from you guys?
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Formula One.
Formula One, like a race car.
Yeah.
Okay, grapefruit, Formula One.
World.
The whole world. Hell yeah. All right, we're gonna do it for the whole world.
Okay. All right.
Grapefruit, Formula One, world. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Ian James on the beat.
Yeah, okay, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. I'm the illest. All these other rappers gotta make do, cause they know they really rolling with the fake crew. I do it take 1, they do it take 2. I slice a rapper's dome like it's a grapefruit, make it straight loot. I can't do it by myself, eating grapefruit cause it's good for my health. Boosting up my energy by eating on the juice from the fruit. I be stacking my paper and getting loot, taking them higher. I'm spitting the fire right up off the tip of this. The speed with which I rap, y'all know it's ridiculous. Way too much fire, I be scorching it, son. My vocals racing around these tracks like it's Formula One, yeah. And when I'm rhyming off the top, deliver straight bars. Pedal to the metal like the Mac was in a race car. Vroom, vroom, all my competition flinching, cause on the other side of the track, they hear my engine. I rev it up, and y'all know I'm known for true spitting. 2020 from the mind, I got the true vision. I'm sure to elevate your spirit, that's if you listen. If rap was Formula Formula One, I get the blue ribbon. Around the whole entire planet, man, they know me. I get the blue ribbon, I polish my trophy. I make it happen when I'm on the mic reporting. You in Converse, you in Adidas, you in the Jordans. Calling out the brands of the sneakers on their feet. Every time my voice is coming out the speaker, shit is heat. And I don't never fall apart, I never unfurl. Cause my voice is heard across the whole damn world. Yeah, Mac, I'm gigantic. I'm making rappers panic. I'm known around the world, around the globe, around the planet. It's H Mac, I birthed a verse unrehearsed. I take them to.
I disagree. You're not known around the planet or the world. Well, the world maybe, but not the planet and not the globe. Definitely not.
Church, I'm the one that's repping for the earth, repping for all of humankind with the flow that's too divine. I'm glad we made a connection, all of you and I. And y'all know I need a track so I can snap that. Shout my man rocking the shades and the backpack. Y'all know I kick lyrics in like every direction. And I'm digging on them glasses, I can peep my own reflection. Yeah, I'm about to make it clear up in here. Cheers, your glasses, I'ma use them as a mirror. I'm reflecting when you this nice, you know that you got crazy haters. My man's in the cockpit rocking the aviators. Yeah, I'ma make it fell from here to Saturn. And something like your t-shirt, I deliver complex patterns that's intricate. I'm infinite, I've been this shit forever. Ain't no timidness, cause when I spit this shit, I keep it clever. No, they into this, the instrument I'm using is my mental. Been this shit forever, cause these freestyles are essential. Cracker rap is dental. Whenever I flow off the tip of this way, I'll be doing my rhymes out in Berlin. And the people know this is ridiculous. I had to come and bless you with the free flow. For all three of these people, we rap for the trio. What? Hey, much love. Appreciate it, man.
Heron, you rock, girl.
You rock, girl.
Sorry,
You
I've been
rock,
quiet.
Girl. What, babe?
I've been quiet recently.
You are? What about it?
I'm just saying, sorry, I've been quiet.
You don't have to be sorry. Why are you sorry, you weirdo face? Don't be sorry, weirdo face. Why are you sorry, weirdo face?
Because sometimes, like,
Sorry,
there's
weirdo.
shite going on, innit?
Yep. Stop being a sorry weirdo face. You weirdo face. Right. Let's see if anybody went and subbed to Dr. Barty Ackwards. Did anybody sub to him?
Did you put that up?
Well, one person, two people maybe subbed. I'm sorry, Gav.
Did you put that up?
Put what up?
StreamYard and get a $10 discount.
Yeah. Yeah, I put it. Look right. See in the right hand side where it says share your referral link. If someone signs up to it, I get £10 off.
Oh.
So it's only just something that I don't put it. It's not like it's just something they put there that I could put in. It's a new thing, so I just started putting it. Like, see where the arrow is next to above the comments. It says share the referral link.
No.
It says share. Are you on your phone or on the computer?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Right, click that where it says share the referral link, and then it's got an arrow. Press the arrow, and it should go out automatically.
Oh, I get you.
Do
I'm
it.
not pressing it.
Press it. Just press it so you can do it. There you go. See?
No, like.
See?
Yeah, no, my head's a bit of a shed at the minute.
A heed is a sheed. That means it's not a garage. It's not a house.
I think because like it's something that happens to other people's families, but when it's your own, it's a bit.
So of course it is.
Yeah.
I get it, baby.
But if anybody is feeling that way, please go and speak to
When
somebody.
you're doing your live stream, man, you need to get hold of.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Why you saying it like that, you weirdo?
Because I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about.
Oh, don't be a weirdo face with me, weirdo face. Why are you being a weirdo face? Kick your butt.
You're a weirdo.
Kick your ass. Right. Guys, bless you. I will see you in about 3.75 hours. Go on, baby.
He who the sun sets free is free indeed.
Indeed. Ta-ta.
Bye.